Class B championship runs through Smithtown East. In their first season in Class B, the Bulls took the top seed with a dominant 13-3 record. But to be the champs, you have to beat the champs. And East Islip rolls in as the back-to-back Suffolk Class B champs. Who's going to play for a title? It's Smithtown East and it's East Islip here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And welcome inside the broadcast booth alongside Giuseppe Oliveri. I'm Roman Brunetti, and Giuseppe, we have two teams. We have Smithtown East coming in at 13-3, dominant, one Division II, one Class B, but they haven't played in 2 weeks. East Islip, 5 days ago, they got the dub over Smithtown West, and they're looking to keep that momentum riding high.
Yeah, it's a tale of two teams right now. Obviously, with Smithtown, they've had some time off. And with an experienced team like this, I think that can actually help them. But you got to wait to see if they come out of the gate firing with all that rest or if they come out a little slow. We mentioned East Islip, back-to-back champions, looking to defend a title. And they're coming off of a thriller against Smithtown West, so they could be coming red hot out of the gate as well. I think this first half, even the first quarter, can simply dictate what we see for the rest of this game.
Yeah, both coaches mentioned how the game was going to start, was going to impact the flow. And Smithtown East, they mentioned that the break was maybe going to harm them a little bit. How are they going to come out after those 2 weeks off? And East Islip coming in at 9-8, 8-6 in league play. And they have, although they have the youth, they still have some experience from a few years ago, back-to-back Suffolk Class B champs. And they're two players to watch. Sean Hannigan, the leading point getter, and Christian Burnett, their #1 defense cover man.
Well, Hannigan has been incredible all season. The numbers speak for themselves, but he is a true leader of this team. Didn't play last game due to a concussion, but he's a Newsday Top 100 player. 2+ assists in 13 out of 17 of his games. And Burnett on the other side, just a sophomore, but he is incredible. A true anchor on this defense, top defensive cover man, as you see. Two key players on opposite sides of the field holding it down for their respective positions.
And on the other end, Smithtown East boasts a couple of senior anchors. It starts with Cam James, the number 78 player in the class of 2026, and the Robin to his Batman, Campbell Cracciola.
How about these two players? Let's start with Cameron James, because there is a lot to say about him. Captain of this team, two-time All-County selection. When we spoke to Coach Kevin Huff, couldn't say enough good things about him. And Brock Berhardt on the other side. His ground ball's 55, takeaways at 19 on defense. Just a couple of incredible players doing their thing.
And Bernhardt, the best defender on this Smithtown East team. Head coach Kevin Huff excited that he's going to be young and around for a long time. Take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting East Islip. Mentioned Hannigan, Cody Stebbins, an 8th grader starting on attack. Brandon Kraft as well, a sophomore. Owen Madden, leading goal scorer, is starting in the midfield. Also keep an eye on for Grant Weiss, the senior defender. Came over from St. Anthony's a few seasons ago, and he's anchoring that back line. And in goal for East Islip, it'll be another 8th grader, Luke Rochford, 65% save percentage. As head coach Tom Zumo called him one of the best goalies in Suffolk County. So big stage for him today. And then on the other side, the home starters for Smithtown East.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's contest. At this time, we invite those
Led by James and Cracciola. Jack Reddock will be the main midfielder, and he'll take most of the face-offs. I mentioned Brock Bernhardt, Troy Ress, the starting LSM, and in goal, CJ Stein, a sophomore, leading the charge for the Bulls. 179 saves on the season for him. An even-keeled kid who sees the ball well, doesn't get too high or low emotionally. So his first playoff game starting in goal, and we'll take a break. The anthem and face-off next from Town East.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
And it's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Welcome back to Smithtown High School East for the Suffolk Class B semifinals. Smithtown East, the number 1 seed, and East Islip, the number 4 seed. Alongside Giuseppe Oliveri, I'm Roman Brunetti. Both teams have identified a couple keys to the game. Giuseppe, why don't you run them through?
Yeah, East Islip, you got to be efficient and get the stops defensively, especially early. As we talked about, Smithtown East well rested. You need to be able to be on your A game early against the best team in this conference. Competitive between the lines on 50-50 balls and different rides. Very, very important. You want to work the field north to south just as much as you do east to west. You start by winning those 50-50 battles. Score efficiently for East Islip, something that this team needs to do. 131 goals combined on the season. And for Smithtown East, win faceoffs and win possessions. Should not be too hard. They've got a couple of incredible faceoff takers on this team. Decipher their defense. This may be the biggest challenge for Smithtown East, trying to crack the code of East Islip and be ready to play after a long break. We mentioned that they have been off of their feet for the last 2 weeks, and this first quarter, first half even, can really dictate how this game goes, as we've already spoken about, Roman.
East Islip coming off a quarterfinal victory against Smithtown West 5 days ago, 5-4, a low-scoring game. East Islip, they don't score a ton of goals. They don't allow very many either. They average 9 goals scored per game, and they give up an average of 8.4. They'll have to be on their toes today against Smithtown East. This is actually the second time these two teams have squared off. They played back on April 7th right here, and the Bulls were victorious 9-6. However, Sean Hannigan, the leading point getter for East Islip, was out that game, so the East Islip head coach Tom Zumo hoping things are a little different today.
And for Smithtown, 7-1 on home turf. They have been able to defend their home field well, but East Islip, like we mentioned, to beat the champs, you got to beat the champs. You put it best, Roman. And a team that is just 1 game over 500 entering the playoffs, you can expect them to still be on their A game.
It'll be Jack Reddock taking the faceoff for Smithtown East. Christian Burnett, the long pole for East Islip, and Reddock wins the faceoff. We're underway. Time to get this party started. Reddock trying to go coast to coast. What a start! He wins the opening faceoff, charges down Main Street, and gives the Bulls a quick 1-0 lead.
Well, boink and you'll miss it. That's why faceoff's so important. And we spoke about the 2-week break. How will Smithtown look? And we got our answer right there off of an opening draw faceoff, and a really nice job by Reddock to win it forward as he does so well. And once he's off to the races, East Islip needs to be able to box him in. They did a good job doing it, but Reddock still had his lane and took it.
So Reddock 1 for 1 on faceoffs, 1 for 1 on shot attempts, and he wins faceoff number 2, flips it back to Cracciola. Smithtown East right to left in the home whites, East Islip left to right in the road blacks. First established offensive possession for the Bulls. And they'll work the open set on the right wing, Cam James. Johns Hopkins commit, number 78 in the class of 2026. Continue to keep the ball hot. Still 48 to shoot, plenty of time. At X, they continue to whip the ball around. Here's Hunter Hughes. Feeds it to Cracciola, and now James will get organized. Enters the box, moves left, back to Cracciola. He dances, hesitates in the middle. He shoots and scores! 2 for 2 for Smithtown East. It's Campbell Cracciola who makes it 2-0.
Really nice ball movement there from the Bulls. Working the attack, working the wings. That was a great display of both north to south and east to west. And Cracciola, one of the captains on this team, waiting for his moment, had a lane, took it himself. So strong and so quick on the inside. And an incredible shot.
One of the best do-it-all players on this team. Shows his offensive skills there and makes it 2-0. Reddock wins the faceoff. He's 3 for 3. Charges down Main Street, gives it off. Here's a shot just wide to the left. That was the freshman Connor Bruckbauer. 22 goals, 24 assists on the season for him as just a freshman. Impressive stuff. Both of these teams have a lot of underclassmen. James at X throws it to the top, a dunk, and it's stopped. Rochford with his first save of the game.
Really nice response there from Luke Rochford, one of the best goalies in Suffolk County all year. 2 goals early on him, and really interesting to see how he's going to respond throughout this first quarter.
That was Brendan Power who went for the alley-oop. But Rochford comes up with his first save of the game, and after giving up those 2 goals, it's got to be a big for his momentum, for his mindset to get back in it.
A big sigh of relief, a big weight off of your shoulders right there.
So now the first offensive possession for East Islip. East Islip, the back-to-back Suffolk County champs in Class B. Here's Sean Hannigan at the top of the box. Owen Madden shakes and bakes, dodges right, tries to get point blank. His shot looked like that might have been deflected. East Islip the closest to it. 2 minutes in, 2-0 Smithtown East. Alongside Giuseppe Oliveri, I'm Roman Brunetti. Super happy you've joined us. Another 8th grader, Cody Stebbins, has it in the left corner. And he backtracks it to the top of the box. Pressed hard by Altidore for Smithtown East. And now Madden makes his move down the right alley. Bump and body, throws to X. Hannigan. Back to the top. Here's Alex Theodoropoulos. A mouthful. Cross GLE to X. He still got it. He shoots and misses.
This defense, as of right now, for Smithtown has been locked down. Nothing for East Islip as of late. Number 3 in white, Troy Ress, has been all over these attackers so far on defense. A really nice job boxing East Islip out.
Stein's pass a little too far on the clear attempt. He airmailed Hughes, and that's the first turnover of the game for the Bulls. So East Islip gets it right back. Just about 2.5 minutes in, 2-0 Smithtown East. East Islip 9-8 on the season. As we mentioned, a quarterfinal victory over Smithtown West. Winner of this game plays the winner of Comswag and West Islip on Saturday at Stony Brook. Madden 5 yards outside the box. He'll make his move. Works on Ress. Stops on a dime. Twirls back out to the top. Hannigan. Now dodge down the right alley. A wild shot goes way wide. That was Joey Amato, freshman, and the Bulls closest to it, and they'll earn possession.
And how about Teddy Barada, number 27 in white, doing just as what Troy Ress was doing earlier.
And here's Hughes streaking down the field. He shoots and scores. This time Smithtown East executes the clear. No one picks up Hunter Hughes, and the Bulls make it 3-0.
Well, just like that, a blink of an eye, and Smithtown moving north and south so perfectly. Hunter Hughes, the SUNY Cortland commit, took off, and look at the wheels on that kid from midfield all the way down into the offensive zone, ripping a shot. And for Luke Rochford, he's let in 3 goals, and 2 of them coming off of the rush for Smithtown. East Islip, this is a very big test for them to stop the bleeding here early.
3-0 Bulls within the first 3.5 minutes. And finally, a face-off win for East Islip. That's Weston Bouchier. That's usually their top face-off man, but head coach Zumo said that today he wouldn't face off as much due to the matchup with Reddock. Kraft is double-teamed and hacked at as he runs to X on the right baseline. He's still double-teamed, tiptoeing, and finally gets rid of it to Hannigan. 3-0 Bulls, 4 minutes in. 50 to shoot for East Islip.
East Islip needs to get something working down low in front of the net. They've been forced to the outside too often, too early.
Here's a shot that misses wide. That was Theodoropoulos with the opportunity. East Islip closest to it, 39 on the shot clock, 7:53 on the game clock in the first quarter. AJ Irardi brings it back in and heaves it to the top. Theodoropoulos once again skips inside. Gives it to Stebbins, rolls to his right, into the middle, a shot, and he scores! First goal of the game for East Islip. Cody Stebbins, the 8th grader with goal number 12 on the season, makes it 3-1.
That is exactly what East Islip needed to do. They've been forced to the outside far too often. Stebbins had an opportunity earlier to cut inside. He elected to have an off-angle shot where he ended up going wide of the net, and there Stebbins found his lane, as he's done so well all season long, right in front of the net. And when Stebbins is in that close, you bet he is not going to miss often.
You don't often see a 6'1" 8th grader. Stebbins, one of a kind. And he converts for the first time. Bouchier wins his second faceoff. And Rochford clears to the other side. Here's Grant Weiss, senior long pole, but he throws it away. A little too high for Christian Burnett, and East Islip turns it over.
Nice outlet pass from Rochford all the way in his own end, sending it over the 50-yard line, and a rush. A squandered opportunity for East Islip.
Stein 20 yards out of the cage to the near side. Matt Passarello across midfield to Cracchiola, and Smithtown East will get organized. 3-1 Bulls, 7 minutes of play in the first quarter. Bulls will go with the open set. James on the right wing. Barada scans the field and lobs it across GLE. Hughes at X. Excuse me, that's Connor Bruckbauer. Now Hughes on the left wing. 43 to shoot for Smithtown East. Barada. Play is catched with Bruckbauer. Now James into the middle. Cracchiola on the doorstep. Back out. James steps down. 30 to shoot. On the doorstep. A shot is blocked. How about that? That was Dylan Rosine on the porch who couldn't convert. And East Islip wins the race to the ball.
And you can breathe, East Islip. That was as close as it is going to get. And Smithtown East, more often than not missing those opportunities down in front, but that's because they don't face Luke Rochford every single game. And Rochford, like you mentioned, just an 8th grader, but incredible.
It's the backbone of the defense, said head coach Tom Zumo. Smithtown East has had already a couple of chances right on the doorstep. Easily could be 4 or 5-1 at this point. But Rochford and the rest of the defense have come through to keep the Bulls further off the board. Theodoropoulos spins to his left as he enters the box, feeds it to Stebbins on the left wing. He's pressured. And now Kraft, guarded by Passarello, dodges right with 35 to shoot to X with Hannigan. He shakes and bakes across GLE, double teamed, feeds it to Theodoropoulos. And the two-play catch, 25 to shoot. Hannigan at X, guarded by Bernhardt. Couple checks, now to the right wing. Kraft, he'll make his move, 15 to shoot, a couple spins. He'll let one fly, and it's too high. 12 to shoot for East Islip.
East Islip really with nothing there. Smithtown East, a really nice job closing down any shooting lanes.
Hannigan with 7. He throws it to the top. Madden, a tough angle. Looked like it hit the side of the net, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Excuse me, they're going to call for a shot clock reset here, and East Islip catches a break. You mentioned it, though, that East Islip just seems like they have not had any open looks so far. Smithtown East doing it on both sides of the field in the early going.
Cody Stebbins had the best opportunity. He ended up catching in on it.
Irardi will shoot, and he whistles one high.
Man, right now, if you're East Islip, you're finally trying to cut to the middle a little bit, but you're still so far out. You're about 10, 20 yards out at a time, and you can see the effects of that of Smithtown East. East Islip has been roofing everything over the crossbar so far.
4:30 to play in the first quarter. Hannigan across GLE. Feeds it to Madden. Now Theodoropoulos. Works on Cracchiola to another sophomore in Madden. Spins to his left. Attached by Ress. 30 to shoot. Madden still with it. He gets blown up, and the ball loose on the turf. The GB is kicked free by Smithtown East, and Passarello goes the other way. Picks up the loose change with speed. Bulls with numbers down low, and denied. Rosine again a few feet away, and Rochford said no.
How snake-bitten can one player be so early on? Luke Rochford, a couple of jaw-dropping saves in the first quarter.
Smithtown East still with it. Plenty of time to shoot. Bruckbauer on the left wing. His brother plays on the team, Brady. He's a freshman. Or excuse me, is a junior. So you have the freshman Connor and the junior Brady. East Islip's got a pair of brothers too, Weston and Chase Bouchier. Hughes dances into the middle. A wild shot is way off the mark. 33 to shoot still for for Smithtown East.
Smithtown East, a really nice job being effective without forcing everything to the net. They keep East Islip moving. That's how they scored their second goal. Then they finally find a lane and are able to cash in on it.
Bruckbauer at the top. Plays it back to Barada. A good flow early on to the Smithtown East offense. Hughes with 15 to shoot on the left wing. He moves left. He fires, and it's saved by Rochford.
Yeah, Rochford, one of the easier saves he's made so far in this one.
Transition for East Islip. Burnett, the long stick. Extra pass, whipped on by Madden. It was deflected. That gives Smithtown East some time to get back in defense. 2:48 left to play in the first quarter. 3-1 Bulls. East Islip settles into their offense. Sean Hannigan, the Boston University verbal commit. 21 goals, 46 assists on the season. A 4-year starter as a junior. They play behind GLE with 40 to shoot. Here's Hannigan on the left wing.
And East Islip still forced to the outside, and a lot of off-ball movement. No one really getting open yet.
He gets into the middle and scores. Top right corner. First goal of the afternoon for Hannigan, and it's a 1-goal affair.
Well, Sean Hannigan, we touched on him in the pregame. Somebody that East Islip is going to need to rely on. He is an effective player on this team, the engine quarterback, as described by head coach Tom Zumo, also quarterback for the football team, little tidbit there. But Sean Hannigan, if East Islip wants to go and try to defend back-to-back titles, Hannigan needs to be an X-factor in this game all day.
Face-off won by Reddock for the Bulls. Bruckbauer twists and turns along GLE and finds Rosine. He's been denied twice today on the doorstep. James at X. Haven't heard much from him yet. Bruckbauer fakes a shot, steps down, and is denied once more. Rochford again with an impressive stop.
Rochford came into the season 181 saves, and showing you why. He is a brick wall in that net.
Weiss clears for East Islip. 90 seconds left in the quarter. 3-2 Bulls. Winner goes to the Suffolk County Class B championship game this Saturday at Stony Brook University. East Islip actually has a picture of Stony Brook hanging in their locker room as motivation to get back to that game.
And how about that for motivation? For a team who has won back-to-back Class B championships, to have the photo hang up in their locker room as motivation to get back. Usually you hear about a team who fell short that have motivation to get back, but that just goes to show the type of mentality that East Islip carries.
Hannigan dodges down the left alley, whips it on, but misses. 20 to shoot. Stebbins will trigger it in from the baseline on the right side. .43 seconds left in the quarter. 15 to shoot on this possession for East Islip. Theodoropoulos moves into the middle. Some good defense by Cracchiola. Reverses. He's double teamed. He fires as he's falling down and misses. And the race to the ball won by Rest for Smithtown East. 29 seconds left in the period. Rest launches it downfield, and it's intercepted. Theodoropoulos juggled the ground ball, now picks it up with 20 seconds. So Smithtown East can't clear. East Islip the other way. Irardi on the right wing with 13. Across GLE with 11. Reverses back to his left. Now Kraft down GLE from a tough angle. It's knocked out of his stick, and the ground ball picked up by Altidore, who launches it to the other side of the field. And that is how the first quarter comes to an end. Smithtown East got 3 quick goals. East Islip bounced back to make it 3-2. And that's where we stand after the first 12 minutes. And started with Jack Redoff on the opening face-off. Charging right down Main Street through a couple defenders, and he buried it home to give his Bulls the early lead.
This is Brennan O'Neill, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Here at Smithtown East for the second quarter of the Suffolk Class B semifinals, and there's a look at Smithtown East head coach Kevin Huff in his second season of his second stint as head coach of Smithtown East. He enjoyed 13 years before heading off to Eastport South Manor for 15 years. He's been around the game of lacrosse for a very long time, brings a wealth of experience to Smithtown East. And his Bulls win the face-off to start the second quarter, now going left to right in the home whites. East Islip right to left in the road blacks. Alongside Giuseppe Oliveri, I'm Roman Brunetti. Super happy you've joined us. East Islip creates a turnover right off the bat, and they go the other way with Zach Dury with speed. Charging forward, Dury a shot, and a miss.
Well, East Islip hangs on to possession here. And how about East Islip? They fell behind in a very quick hole, and you understand the sport of lacrosse, 2 and 3 goals in the grand scheme of things can be gone in a blink of an eye. But Smithtown was really putting the pressure on, and a really nice job from East Islip, bending, not breaking early. And a big thanks to Luke Rochford, the 8th grader between the pipes.
A couple of excellent stops to keep his team from going down further. 3-2 Bulls, early going in the second quarter. Owen Madden moves to his right, spins back to his left. A second pirouette. He's still got it. Finally dumps it off, but it's an errant pass. And the race to the ball is picked up by Hannigan. A good hustle play from the junior keeps possession. 30 to shoot for East Islip. Goals so far from Hannigan and Stebbins. Madden makes his move, dodges left, and gives it off to Stebbins. Rotates to the right, and he feeds. Kraft skips down low. Theodoropoulos with 10 to shoot. Spins to his right with 8. Into the middle, gets a pick. Kraft rolls. He shoots, and it's tipped. It goes wide to Stein's right. 3 to shoot. We'll see what East Islip does here. And Hannigan is just going to dump it in the left corner. It'll be a shot clock violation. So Smithtown East forces a shot clock violation to start the second quarter.
Smithtown East, really nice job there. Bending, not breaking, like we mentioned, with East Islip doing so well. And for Smithtown East, they've been forcing East Islip to the outside perimeter for the majority of this game, doing the same thing to open up the second quarter.
3-2 Bulls. When these two teams played back in April, it was 9-6 Smithtown East. It was a tight game throughout, though. Both coaches acknowledged that. Said that the time of possession, control of the ball is going to be so huge in this one. Bulls go with an open set, 45 to shoot. This is Bruckbauer to X with James. Feeds it. An overhand shot is stopped by Rochford. Looked like that was Reddock with the opportunity. And East Islip goes the other way. That's Dury with the clear. He trips and falls, but gets back up and sticks with it. A flag is down. First flag of the game, and it looks like it's going to be on Smithtown East. So East Islip will have the delayed penalty, and it looks like they'll go on the man up. 9:20 left to play in the first half. 3-2 Bulls here at home.
Yeah, certainly in real time, looks like it may have been a cross-check right to the numbers in the back. Not sure if it was a trip or not.
Definitely a trip coming from behind. East Islip taking its time. Joey Amato, the freshman, moves to his left to X with Stebbins, an 8th grader. Across GLE, has the ball knocked free from his stick, and the egg hunt on the turf, and Stebbins reclaims it. He's got it with 22 to shoot. He's hounded, he shakes free, lobs it to Theodoropoulos way too high, and it's gonna go to the East Islip sideline. However, it's going to be a penalty on Smithtown East, a trip on Reddock.
Well, Reddock playing just a little too physical, trying to play catch-up.
Coming in from behind on Dury.
Yeah, as you see right there, trying to reach around him, and just got caught up at the legs.
So a fresh shot clock for East Islip and a chance to tie the game. Their first man-up opportunity of the day. See how this unit works. Hannigan keeps it on the trickery. Madden at the top of the box. Back to Hannigan. 50 to shoot, plenty of time. Passes to Irardi. Haven't heard much from him yet. And an errant pass. Back to midfield, and Cracchiola picks it up. East Islip bails on the man up initially. Smithtown East the other way. Cracchiola dodges left across GLE, feeds it to James, and it's tipped away by Weiss. And the loose ball into the stick of Burnett, and he gets away from pressure. So East Islip defends transition well, and they'll get a second chance. Still on the man up. 7:44 left to play in the first half. Still 3-2 Smithtown East. No scoring just yet in the second quarter.
East Islip needs to get a little level-headed here, back down to earth, moving a bit too fast ever since they started on the man up. And that led to a costly turnover that saw Smithtown go the other way just moments ago.
It was a good job by East Islip recovering. Mentioned Grant Weiss in the open. The senior was part of the championship team last year, got his stick in the passing lane. 30 to shoot on this possession for East Islip. Theodoropoulos runs to X. He's covered by Cracchiola, spins away, gets a pick from Amato across GLE, dumps it off, right on the doorstep, and the tying goal. Owen Madden with the finish. We're locked at 3.
There's Owen Madden. We've called his name a bit today, waiting for him to make an impact inside to score a goal. Finally came around and did it. Suffolk County Rookie of the Year last season, carried over to an incredible season so far into this postseason. And there's Owen Madden. It was only a matter of time before we saw Madden come alive on the score sheet. And now all of a sudden, we're tied at 3. East Islip hung on that early rush from Smithtown. Proved to be a good one.
They sure did. 39th goal of the season from Madden. Makes it a 3-3 game, just under 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Reddock wins the faceoff for Smithtown East, and his pass is initially tipped away, kicked back outside the box, and Cameron James picks up the ground ball. James has been very quiet today. Leads Smithtown East in pretty much every offensive category. Bulls will get into their set. James has it on the right wing, calmly throws it to Barada. The pink head of the stick, easy to identify him for sure. Bruckbauer, Barada at the top, extra pass. Step down, and a long-range missile is missed by Power.
Cameron James was a name circled on East Islip's sheet ever since they knew they'd be matching up with Smithtown East again, and they've done a nice job so far, keeping him stagnant in this one.
Barada GLE on the right, feeds it, Power again, he scores! Went 5-hole on the bouncer, and Brendan Power ends the run for East Islip, and he gives his Bulls a 4-3 lead.
Really nice shot there from Brendan Power. Smithtown East was trying to go high on the last couple of shots, so why not try bounce one in? And right through the wickets. Brendan Power playing smarter, not harder there. Putting a shot on net. Hard to stop those bouncers as they get so in tight. And Brendan Power gives Smithtown East the lead right back.
Most, if not all, Smithtown East goals have been on the bounce shot. The ones that Rochford has been able to stop have been the ones that have been straight through the air. So you got to wonder if that's something that Smithtown East tries to take moving forward. Rest picks up the ground ball, passes to James. One more to Bruckbauer, and they'll settle things down. He's hacked at and eventually backs off. That was Carney who had the pressure. James at X. Excuse me, that's Hughes. Passes back to Bruckbauer. 5:39 left to play. First shot from James, and that hit the crossbar. He went low, and it popped up in the air and hit the crossbar, and East Islip was able to find the loose change and pick it up.
And more importantly, that's a couple of bounce shots now that have beaten the goaltender. Something to keep an eye on if you're Smithtown East. This is a smart and experienced team. You got to bet that they'll be keeping an eye on that.
And a foul on East Islip. A good ride by Smithtown East prevents the clear. And we're going to get a timeout by Smithtown East head coach Kevin Huff. So 5:15 left to play in the second quarter. It's a 4-3 Smithtown East lead. And we want to let you know about the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation. The mission of the Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation is to spread the positive spirit of lacrosse and support the highest ethical standards for all participants through annual initiatives, including targeted grants, scholarship programs, lacrosse educational clinics, and events to raise awareness and resources in support of the game. Get a look at the events that they host, the High School Unsung Hero Awards, 9/11 Memorial Farmingdale State, among others.
All incredible. Just incredible what they have been able to do for this great sport on Long Island. And back to the action, Roman. These two teams, they played it tight earlier in the season, looking like we're in for the same exact storyline here.
5:15 left to play. It's a 4-3 Smithtown East lead. East Islip breaks the huddle. Giuseppe, we saw Smithtown East go on the early run. East Islip bounced back. How does Smithtown East repel that momentum from East Islip? They got that goal from Power. How do they keep it going?
Well, how they started their momentum early was a goal off of the faceoff from Reddock. I think Smithtown East needs to find some sort of transitional value again. Luke Rochford has been incredible so far in this game, as he's been all season long. He's a tough goaltender to beat, but if you're able to get a couple of them quick like they did early on in this game, put East Islip back on their heels, and eventually when they are trying to play desperate later in the game, that's where you need to dominate possession. And it's all going to come down to time of possession for Smithtown, and you build on that by getting a couple of quick ones.
Both coaches mentioned that, how time of possession control is going to be so huge, especially as we get into the latter stages of this game. 55 to shoot for Smithtown East out of the timeout. They keep the ball hot. James feeds to Bruckbauer, GLE on the right. He's picked up by Carney. 3 at the top. Barada whips it. Now Hughes rolls left, down low. Power again, absorbs a check and buries it. 2 goals for Brendan Power. He tucks that one low, and Smithtown East back up by 2.
That is a tough goal there by Brendan Power. He gets it in down low, and look at him cutting through a couple of defenders in tight, shooting low. And when somebody of that size coming in that fast and is able to shoot a ball that low from such an angle, all you can do is close your eyes and hope that you're able to get your stick in front of it in time. Brendan Power with a couple of extremely impressive goals for 2 totally different reasons.
Bouchier moves early on the faceoff, so Smithtown East some momentum back. Power, also a hockey player, so you know where he gets that physicality from. 5-3 Smithtown East, 4:25 to play in the first half. They scored the first 3, East Islip scored the next 3, then the Bulls responded with 2. James feeds it off, Bruckbauer cycles left. Now Power scored the last 2 goals for the Bulls. Reddock just at the top of the box finds James. Plays catch with Reddock. Now Hughes. He's picked up by Dury. Cracchiola right wing, 30 to shoot. James has got it. GLE on the right. Underhand pass to Bruckbauer. Now 22 to shoot. Reddock gets away. He trips, and ball pops up in the air, and East Islip's got it. Smithtown East wanted a trip. They did not get it, and East Islip gets a big-time denial.
Kind of the same exact format that we saw back in the first quarter. Smithtown East grabs a couple of quick goals in a couple of minutes apart. East Islip hangs on.
And East Islip will call a timeout. 3:28 left to play in the second quarter.
Tell you what, that's a smart timeout right there from East Islip. Led up the last couple of goals after they thought they had some momentum going their way. So far, the second quarter has been all Smithtown East. And just able to take a breather, talk about a game plan with possession now. Again, these next 2 minutes, the next couple of possessions for East Islip can dictate how the rest of this half goes. And with a town like Smithtown East that can jump on you so quickly, it's really important to slow the game down at the right times. And I feel this is a perfect time to slow the game down and get back to the type of team you are.
Here's head coach Tommy Zumo for East Islip in his 5th season, trying to go to his 4th Suffolk County title game. Said that would mean a lot. Build the culture at East Islip. I mentioned the picture of Stony Brook hanging in their locker room, looking for a 4th straight Suffolk County title game and a 3rd straight Suffolk County title. They fell to Garden City in last year's Long Island Championship, Southside the year before. But they are on the come up.
You know, the conversation of the experience is so interesting to me because East Islip, a younger team, but head coach Tommy Zumo, someone who has been there before, he's led different teams to the Class B championship now in 3 straight years. I mean, obviously, when you talk about Smithtown East, older squad, guys who have been more experienced, more seasoned in this sport. And when you get to East Islip, a newer team, a younger team, we mentioned Luke Rochford, an 8th grader in net, but when you have a coach like Tommy Zumo and with a school that has built a winning culture, experience can mean different things in different ways.
They have had a lot of experience graduate the past few years. Jack Kalinowski, Ryan Parker, to name a few guys. Here's a shot that misses to Stein's left. That was Joey Amato, the freshman who Zumo identified as kind of a dark horse kind of candidate to have a big impact in this game. Called him one of the best, if not the best, Dodger on the team. 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. 5-3 Smithtown East. 40 to shoot on this possession for East Islip. Madden passes. Hannigan at X gets a pick right from Madden, then goes left, and the 2-play catch. 30 on the timer. Hannigan makes his move, picked up by the LSM Res. Now passes to the top of the box with Theodoropoulos. He gets a pick from Amato, moves to his right, dodges, overhand shot is way too high. 14 on the timer. Stebbins will pick it up on the left baseline and trigger it back in.
This defense from Smithtown East, impressive all game so far. And Troy Ress leading the way with his physicality down low.
10 to shoot. Hannigan at X. Guarded by Bernhardt with 7. Right wing with 5. He spins, tries to get topside, shoots, and it's knocked down and corralled by Stein. His outlet pass, he connects with Brady Bruckbauer. And the ball's clear. Passarello with the pole, spins, and finds Hughes. He shoots and scores! Hunter Hughes, his 2nd goal of the game. It's a 3-goal run for the Bulls, and they have doubled up East Islip. It's 6-3.
That shot was a heat-seeking missile from way out. Nothing fancy with it. Not trying to get a few through a couple of defenders, not looking to bounce it. Just a straight shot. My shot versus your goalie, he's got to beat me. And right there, from way out, he winded back. Incredible there from Hunter Hughes.
So he's got 2, and Brendan Powers got 2. It's 6-3 Smithtown East with 2 minutes to play in the first half. The ground ball war is corralled by Bouchier for East Islip. Gets rid of it to Burnett. And East Islip will get into its offensive set. Back down 3. How do they respond in these final 2 minutes? Winner of this game goes to the Suffolk County Championship game on Saturday against either West Islip or Comswag.
Well, East Islip over the last few minutes has had a good time dominating possession, just not able to get anything in tight. Smithtown East giving up a lot of the outside lanes.
Madden dodges, gets away, goes low, and puts it in. Cracchiola came with the check, didn't matter, and Madden snuck it in there past the shoes of Stein. And a big-time goal for East Islip to get some momentum back.
Really impressive down low, shooting it from below his knees, it looks like. And sometimes you got to do it yourself. The passing game, working the ball around. East Islip wasn't getting much, and Owen Madden, who's already found the back of the net in this one, was able to find a bit of an open lane, squeeze through a couple of defenders. And when you're in tight with someone with the skill and speed caliber of Owen Madden, very tough to stop right there. Smithtown East, really nice job defending the outer half. Or excuse me, the outer area, I should say.
Red Hawk initially won the face-off, but Bouchier took it away, and East Islip will call a timeout. So they surrender the 3 straight goals, but Madden gets his 40th of the season, and then Bouchier with a big-time play on the ride to knock the ball away and earn possession for his team. With 1:13 left to play in the second quarter, we will step aside. East Islip looking for a goal as we end halftime, get back within 1.
This is Jalen Brunson, you're watching Varsity Media.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Fresh out of the timeout, East Islip looking to further cut into Smithtown East's deficit with 1:13 left to play in the second quarter. Alongside Giuseppe Oliveri, I'm Roman Brunetti. Suffolk Class B semifinals. Top-seeded Smithtown East and the number 4 seed, but the 2-time reigning champ, East Islip.
East Islip, as of late, dominating possession. They've also been dominating the 50-50 balls on the ground, all starting with stronger face-offs, something that we did not see from them in the first quarter.
Looks like East Islip is going to milk the clock here. There is about a 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Theodoropoulos dodges left. See if East Islip wants to hold for the final shot. Madden across GLE on the left side. Spins back towards the middle. He's double-teamed by Passarello and Bernhardt. Gets rid of it. Theodoropoulos with 22 to shoot. Probes the field, twirls the stick in the left corner. Draws the matchup with Ress, 15 to shoot. Gets a pick, another one from Stebbins. Theodoropoulos still with it, into the middle, on the doorstep, goes a little high. Kraft with the point-blank opportunity, a one-timer, so to speak. 7 to shoot, 12 on the game clock. Hannigan retrieves it from the right corner. Brings it back in, 5 seconds left. He's gonna have to do it himself. Works on Passarello. Top, Kraft, one-timer, stopped by Stein. 3 seconds left, and that's going to do it for the first half. So after 24 minutes of action, Smithtown East, the top seed, leads the upset-minded 4 seed East Islip 6-4. And it was Hunter Hughes with an absolute missile from 15 yards away, burying it past Luke Rochford. He made it 6-3 at the time, now stands at 6-4. Smithtown East looking to advance to Stony Brook on Saturday.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
And it's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights, but how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, we specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athlete's key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports. Hey parents, coaches, and players. Ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
Well, I've been working with Varsity Media for 14 years. When we have video needs, whether that be a game, whether that be a practice, whether it be social media, it's nice to know that somebody understands what we're looking for without asking for it.
We started working with Varsity Media back in 2021, and since then they've been an absolute game changer, putting our event on the map. Varsity Media couldn't be a better partner, and if you're looking to optimize your event, I couldn't recommend them anymore.
It's been great for us. You know, the kids really get excited when they know that Varsity Media is going to be here. Not just what's happening on the football field, but all the excitement that's around it. It really boosts the environment here, and everybody gets really excited for what's going on.
Varsity Media is reliable, professional, and the quality work is fantastic. It's like watching ESPN. The announcers are unreal, really do a great job of speaking to the coaches to get the knowledge of the players the season, what's going on with the team. There is nothing better than Varsity Media doing a live broadcast.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Merrill, he's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off. That's 3 in a row now.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media. Hey parents, coaches, and players, ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
If you're looking to optimize your sporting event, look no further than Varsity Media's coverage. Since working with them over the course of the past 4 years through the Elite 5 New York City Football Showcase, their coverage has helped take us to the top.
Varsity Media does an unbelievable job in terms of the broadcast, backgrounds on kids, do a great job in exposure from top to bottom. I couldn't really say anything negative. It's been a great couple of years that we've been working together, and it's just fantastic.
Well, I'll tell you, the fact that you guys are here has helped grow it, really. I mean, Varsity Media's been a good partner with us now for the last couple of years. That brings this game to a much broader audience.
The level of detail and that you go to, I mean, obviously the announcers, the camera angles, the slow motions, I mean, you feel like it's being covered by, ESPN.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Welcome back to Smithtown High School East for the second half of the Suffolk County Class B varsity lacrosse semifinals between the number 1 seed Smithtown East and the number 4 seed East Islip. Alongside Giuseppe Oliveri, I'm Roman Brunetti, and Giuseppe, a back and forth first half. Smithtown East scored the first 3, then East Islip scored the next 3. Then Smithtown East scored the 3 after that, and then East Islip finished with the final goal from Owen Madden, and it's going to come down to the wire. The first game between these two teams did, and this one we expect to as well. Where do you think this game is going to be won?
It's going to be won on the ground, Roman. It's going to come down to who is coming out with more 50-50 balls, who is dominating in the face-off circle. Because fact of the matter is, I feel this game can be decided off of 1 or 2 possessions, and from what Smithtown East has done, they've dominated time in possession so far. But as we can see with the score, they only have a 2-goal lead. It has not amounted to much. I think what's really going to be important is who is coming away on more rushes and who is able to catch the other team in transition.
Nifty play off the face-off by Reddock to slip it to his teammate Cracchiola. Smithtown East has the first offensive possession of the second half. They'll work the ball around. Connor Bruckbauer gets quadruple teamed, slips through and sticks with it. Dumps it off to Cameron James, the Johns Hopkins commit. Silent in the first half. Here's the Sacred Heart commit Cracchiola, steps down, fakes the shot, and gives it off. They keep the ball hot. James at X, feeds to Power. Pair of goals in the first half. Same with Hunter Hughes, he has 2. 33 to shoot for the Bulls on this possession. James on the right wing. Power, extra pass, Reddock, one more. Rolling is Hughes, spins left, overhand shot is too high.
Smithtown East really looking to work the perimeter going east to west, and a really nice job from East Islip, taking a page out of the Bulls book and really locking down low. Not letting anybody get in close on Luke Rochford, and when they are, tough angle shots.
12 to shoot. Cracchiola moves to his left. He's hacked at by Weiss. Here's a long-range shot from James that might have been deflected somewhere. And looked like it was Rochford who was closest to the ball, and East Islip will take over. East Islip goes left to right in this third quarter. Smithtown East right to left.
And how impressive by East Islip. Cameron James coming into the day.
That's not going to help. James with the interception with speed, and he's going to peel things back out. Here's a shot from Rest, the long pole, and it was stopped, tipped, deflected by Rochford, and he gets there first. And East Islip avoids a catastrophe there.
Whew, blink of an eye. Well, as I was trying to say before East Islip turned one over, how impressive by them so far. Cameron James enters today, 56 goals, 88 points, and he has been held quiet so far, although he just forced a turnover in the middle of the field.
First offensive possession for East Islip. Just about 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. It's 6-4 Smithtown East. Winner goes to the Suffolk County Class B Varsity Lacrosse Championship game this Saturday at Stony Brook University. Play either West Islip or Comswag. AJ Irardi on the right wing. Moves to his left. He's picked up by Reddock and feeds it. Looks like that's Theodoropoulos. Hopping and skipping. He dances to his left, gets his hands free, whistles one on net. It bounces to the right of Stein. 29 to shoot, 9:43 to play in the third quarter. Hannigan at X draws the matchup with Passarello and feeds it to the top. Theodoropoulos 30 yards away, enters the box, guarded by Rest. Gets past him. It's a shot clock reset for East Islip, so they've got plenty of time to work with. Brandon Kraft twirls at X. Here's Stebbins, scored the first goal for East Islip. 6'1", 8th grader. You don't see many of those.
No, you do not.
Hannigan spins left, back the other way, tries to feed it into the middle, and that's Altidore who tried to pick it up, and Hannigan got it back. He slipped past a few, whistled it at the net, and Stein went high to make the stop. Bulls in transition now. Rest, one more, down low. Power will back things towards the East Islip bench. Covered hard by Carney. Gets around him. Is double teamed. Theodoropoulos knocks it free, but Johnny on the spot is Connor Bruckbauer. Picks it up with 52 to shoot on the possession, and he'll settle things down.
Take a breath. That was a lot. CJ Stein with an incredible save up top. He's been getting beat down low a little bit, so good change of pace for Stein to see one above the eye level, where he's been so strong so far in this game.
Hughes on the left wing to the top with Cracchiola. Plays it to his partner in James. 25 on the timer. Bulls work the ball around. Now Hughes will make his move. Dances to the left, gets into the interior and scores! A hat trick for Hunter Hughes, his 19th goal of this season. And the Bulls back up by 3, 7-4 with 8 minutes to play in the third.
Well, we've been waiting for Cameron James to do something all game, but Hunter Hughes has really taken this game into his own control, dominating down low. Just stronger than the East Islip defenders right now, and it feels every time he has the ball in his stick. Always knows the right place to put it, whether he's firing a rocket from 15 feet out or down low bouncing one. Hunter Hughes has taken control of this game for Smithtown East as of right now.
The Bulls win the faceoff, and Giuseppe, you gotta wonder, Cameron James is obviously the star of this Smithtown East team. You gotta wonder, maybe did East Islip game plan for him a little too much, as there's a shot from Bruckbauer that misses wide. Did East Islip maybe game plan for him too much and maybe forget about a guy like Hunter Hughes, who is now 3 goals? Brendan Power has 2, a couple guys that aren't the biggest goal scorers making the biggest impact today.
Well, it's a double-edged sword, because if you're talking about the game plan to keep Cameron James out of this game as an impactful player, East Islip has done a great job, but to your credit, Roman, a lot of other players sneaking through, and I think that's because East Islip did not game plan for options B, C, D, E, and so on down the alphabet.
There's a turnover, though, from the Bulls. East Islip was down 3-0, seemingly in the flash of lightning, but they battled back to tie the game at 3, but since then, 4-1 Smithtown East. And that's not gonna help. Ress picks up the loose ball. He's got a ton of speed down Main Street, gives it off. Power, oh, what a stop by Rochford. Another point-blank opportunity that Smithtown East could not convert, but they pick up the ground ball and keep possession. Barada feeds it to the right wing, and they flow around. A shot coming off the angle from James. That goes through the crease. Smithtown East will keep it. 6:49 to play in the third quarter. Bulls lead by 3.
Roman, we talk so much about Hunter Hughes, all of these other unsung heroes for Smithtown East so far, but Troy Rest, the midfielder, has been unbelievable on both ends. Really 3 if you want to count the middle of the field. He's been a game changer so far in this one, under the radar for the Bulls.
Bruckbauer faked the step down, gave it to Power, and now Hughes. Excuse me, this is Reddock. And now Bruckbauer into the middle, finds Power inside. It bounces around, heads towards the baseline, and closest to it. Looks like it's going to be East Islip ball. Turnover.
East Islip right now, I understand wanting to slow the game down, but Smithtown East has been playing a slower pace so far to start off the second half. If you're East Islip, you want to start looking for a punch in the mouth, something fast.
Theodoropoulos trying to clear. He's double teamed, gets across the midfield stripe just in time. East Islip will settle into its offense. Down by 3 with 5:50 to play in the third.
Even that was a struggle to get past the midfield line. Smithtown East, the Bulls, you feel like they're doing everything right as of this moment.
Hannigan has it at the midfield stripe. Matches up with Passarello. Dodges left. Slips. Ball knocked free. And the egg hunt. It's tapped around towards the far sideline, and Hannigan picks it up. 29 on the timer. Madden holds it. 20 yards out. Enters the box. Shakes and bakes. Drops it. Passarello couldn't pick it up, but Ress did. Ress advances. Feeds it to James. One more. Bruckbauer shoots, and it goes in. Rochford got about 75% of it, but the 25 other percent powered that ball across the goal line, and Connor Bruckbauer makes it an 8-4 game.
Well, Troy Rest once again starting the transition, and Bruckbauer off angle right there. And like you mentioned, Roman, Rochford got a majority of it, but it doesn't matter. You need to get 100% of it trickling in right there. And for Luke Rochford, somebody who I still stood so strong in this game despite the score, that's one that he wishes he could have back. And Smithtown East right now pouring it on in this third quarter.
And Reddock continues to dominate the face-off X with another victory. Hughes advances, and it's a similar play. Bruckbauer again, like it clanked off the helmet of a East Islip defender. Like that was Alex Adamas who got a body on it.
Well, that time they were ready for it.
Bull stick with it. James with a missile and a goal. Finally, Cameron James with his first goal of the game. An absolute howitzer, and the Bulls have all the momentum. It's 9-4.
Felt like a matter of time before we saw Cameron James find the back of the net. And James had a little bit of open space. East Islip got baited into coming down tighter towards Luke Rochford. That's where Smithtown East has been making their money for a majority of their goals, and that left Cameron James with just enough space to wind back and rip an absolute rocket of a shot perfectly right in between the post and the shoulder of Luke Rochford.
Reddock victorious again. Bruckbauer down low, power! It's all Smithtown East.
When it rains, it pours. We came into this half with a Bulls 6-4 lead, and in a blink of an eye, Smithtown East has completely taken over. It does not matter the kind of pedigree experience you have as East Islip. We mentioned this was a younger team. There's different kinds of experience, but the inexperience of these underclassmen looking like it's finally coming to light as Smithtown East, the 1 seed, showing exactly why they finished atop their division.
Smithtown East, one of the older teams, if not the oldest team in Class B. You can take a look at some of their college commitments. 2 Division I players, Cameron James, mentioned it, number 78 in the class of 2026. Campbell Cracciola, Sacred Heart as well. And then Hunter Hughes, he's got 3 goals today. Cortland, Jack Reddock, verbal to Albany. Logan Scanlon as well to Sunya Oswego. East Islip's got a couple of college commitments as well. And starts with Sean Hannigan, verbally committed to Boston University. He's just a junior. He's the future of this program. AJ Irardi also to St. Leo's in Florida. Justin Manfredi is out today. Actually tore his ACL. He is out for the season if East Islip can continue their run, but he is committed to Manhattan. So a couple Division I kids for East Islip as well.
Well, for East Islip, we see the college commits, but some of their more impactful players, as we mentioned, Luke Rochford in net, just an 8th grader. They've got a couple of 8th graders who have been able to make an impact on this team so far this season. But for East Islip, if you want to stop the bleeding, you just need to get possession back. Every time they've had something building up on the attack, it was quickly turned away. And can't say enough good things about number 3, Troy Rest right there, who has been impactful in his own zone on the attack in transition. Everything East Islip has tried to convert has been thwarted by number 3 in white.
It's been an outstanding defensive performance for Smithtown East as a whole. Bouchier wins the faceoff. That's a start for East Islip. They're chasing 6 goals all of a sudden. They only average 9 a game, so this is going to be an uphill battle for East Islip.
You felt the lower scoring this game was, the more in favor it went to the defending champs, but Smithtown East wanted none of that, coming out with fireworks in the second half.
4 goals for the Bulls in this quarter, none for East Islip. We're under 4 to play in the frame. Hannigan at X across GLE. He'll shoot off the corner, and it's denied. Stein picks it up.
You know, the last thing you want is your goaltender to get cold, and CJ Stein, a real fear he could have, but able to meet the test there.
And before long, Smithtown East will settle into yet again another offensive possession. 3:28 to play in the quarter. 10-4, Smithtown East. they'll get their pieces organized. Barada onto the field, along with James. Calmly lobs it to Reddock. And Power passes to Barada in the right corner. 37 on the timer. 3 minutes to play in the frame. James at the top of the box. Trips, but gets rid of it to Power. Coming off the corner, Reddock spins. GLE, tough angle, doesn't matter. It is an avalanche of goals for Smithtown East. They've got 5 in this third quarter, and now lead by 7.
And that was well defended by East Islip. I mean, that's an off angle. One that you wish Luke Rochford could have back. How about the Jackson dart celly at the end of that? Okay.
Forced him into a low percentage shot, but just doesn't matter.
When you're on one, you're on one. And when the game is going your way, it feels like you could rip a shot from anywhere.
Bouchier wins the faceoff, gets blown up, and the ground ball will go to Weiss for East Islip. That immediately pops free. It is a scramble, it's loose, and somehow it ends up with East Islip. Jake Nieves with the clear, with the short stick.
Took a hack up top at the helmet area there.
It took some time, but East Islip was able to establish themselves in the offensive zone. 2:18 to play in this third quarter. East Islip's been outscored 6-0 in this frame. Trailed by just 2 at halftime, they now find themselves down by 7. Excuse me, 5-0 in this frame. That's not gonna help. Goes to the sideline. Smithtown East possession.
Sean Hannigan gave it a chase, but that ball got too much of a head start on him. He was able to get it, but by the time he corralled possession, he was already stepping out of bounds. And once again, the Bulls on the attack.
Under 2 minutes to play in this third. Barada will go low, and a big-time denial by Rochford. That one would have made it an 8-goal game, but the 8th grader said no. Crucial final 90 seconds here in the third quarter. A flag down, multiple down. It's going to be on Smithtown East. So East Islip on the delayed penalty. They'll go on the man up after this. GLE Stebbins puts one on net. It's blocked. It rolls to the left sideline. It'll go out of bounds. Smithtown East will go on the man down. Second time they've had to do that today. I do have to say it's been a pretty clean game. Haven't seen very many flags, just the second one.
And for East Islip, this is any kind of opening that you are going to get. Less than 1:30 in the third quarter. You've let up 5 unanswered to start this third quarter. This is as good of chance as any to slowly but surely try and crawl back into this one.
Seems like they need a goal right here. Hannigan at X, guarded by Altidore. Feeds it to Irardi, and they play catch. Hannigan moves right across GLE, puts on the brakes, and gives it up. Theodoropoulos slips it to Madden. They feed it around, coming off the corner. Hannigan at the top, down low, a couple fakes, and finally, it's dropped in by Theodoropoulos. East Islip gets the goal they have been desperately looking for, and they are back within 6.
Good ball movement there from East Islip, and Theodoropoulos down low. Try and count how many fakes he had on CJ Stein. Nothing you can do about that as the goaltender in tight. Theodoropoulos had his way there. And good ball movement leads to a goal on the man up.
He was faking every which way before he finally let it go. So East Islip gets a goal, and they force a violation on the faceoff as Reddock moved early. So East Islip back within 6, a chance to make it 5 as the third quarter winds down.
Well, that was just the Redmen's first goal of the second half of the quarter, and it came with less than a minute left.
30 seconds to play in the frame. Madden holds it. He'll make his move. He's guarded by Bernhardt. Passes, Kraft. Has that one jarred free. Picks it right back up. He's double teamed. Motors left. and gets rid of it to Theodoropoulos with 13 to shoot. Gets a pick. Bounces to X. Tough pickup for Hennigan. He sticks with it with 7 seconds. At X, rolling across the corner. Gets rid of it. Irardi! He scores! With 2 seconds to play in the quarter, East Islip's got some hope. AJ Irardi with a goal, and it's 11-6.
There's some life for East Islip when they went on the man up. Felt like you saw a little shift and just the body language as well of this entire team. And they've been working X so well behind the net. And again, now it's Irardi getting in on the action.
So 2 seconds left. We'll have one more face-off to close out the third quarter. And the buzzer sounds. For about 10 minutes, even 11 you could say, it was a Smithtown East onslaught. They built a lead as large as 7. But East Islip, they got the final 2 goals, and they've got some hope. They still trail by 5 with 12 minutes to play. And the reason for that, Jack Reddock, one of them. Tough angle, it don't matter. He tucks it in past Luke Rochford. The Bulls 12 minutes away from advancing to Stony Brook on Saturday.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Back here at Smithtown High School East for the final frame between the top seed Smithtown East and the number 4 seed East Islip in the Suffolk County Class B lacrosse semifinals. Winner goes to Stony Brook to play for a title on Saturday. Alongside Giuseppe Oliveri, I'm Roman Brunetti. Smithtown East scored the first 5 goals of the third quarter to make it 11-4 since East Islip scored twice in the final minute to get some hope and bring the deficit to just 5. Giuseppe, Smithtown East wins the opening faceoff, but East Islip, they have a little bit of momentum coming in from the third quarter. What do they have to do in these first few minutes to set the tone for this final stanza?
It's ball movement while they attack. Owen Madden, AJ Irardi, Sean Hannigan. The ball needs to move through them, and it has over the last 2 goals. And hence the Redmen getting a couple of late ones before we entered the fourth quarter. You need the ball to move through your playmakers and get the ball to somebody who can find the back of the net. And they seem to get a little bit of rhythm going, at least, at the end of the third quarter, doing just that.
But for that to happen, they need to start with a defensive stop. 20 on the timer for Smithtown East. James, GLE on the right, passes to Cracciola. Now 12 to shoot. James looks in the middle, plays catch with Cracciola, now 9. Reddock with 7 on the left wing. Tries to pass it in the middle. It's tipped and picked up. Jason McAdam with the GV for East Islip. And he crosses midfield. So East Islip gets the stop they were looking for to start the fourth. And now they need goals. They're still chasing 5. Plenty of time. But this is a team that only averages 9 goals a game. They're going to have to push the pace here.
These 2 teams have scored in bunches. So if that's any kind of indicator for East Islip to slowly keep on chipping away in this one, it's that right there. Nobody has answered back goal for goal. When these two teams have started to score, they've come in respective landslides.
Theodoropoulos twirls the stick, works on Caracciolo, stops and spins back towards the middle. Cycles and gets a pick from Irardi, 33 on the timer. Gets it to him, Irardi shoots and it goes high. Had that goal just before the buzzer of the third quarter. Looked to make it 2 in a row, but just a tad high.
Well, the last 2 goals that East Islip scored came from ball movement behind the net. And they didn't do that once in the beginning of that possession. We'll see if the Redmen opt to do it here.
Hannigan off the roll, gives it up. Tried to pass down low to Stebbins. Couldn't get there, but Hannigan picks up the ground ball. 15 on the timer. He's still got it on the left wing. He'll wind up and just miss to Stein's right. 9 on the shot clock. Still a little bit of time. No, they'll give him a reset. 9:37 to play, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout by Smithtown East. And while we have some time, we'll let you know about the Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation. The mission is to spread the positive spirit of lacrosse and support the highest ethical standards for all participants through annual initiatives including targeted grants, scholarship programs, lacrosse educational clinics, and events to raise awareness and resources in support of the game. You can see some of the events that they host. The LI Metro Cup. They provide USAL level 1, 2, and 3 coaches certifications, officials observation programs, and a whole lot more.
Great foundation.
As we get back to the game, 9:37 left to play. East Islip gets the defensive stop, but they need to score, and you mentioned it. The goals have come in bunches. East Islip needs a huge bunch right here.
And what is also so important about it is you need to score in bunches while also keeping Smithtown East at 11 goals. Now, you have the right goaltender to do it. He's been beaten on a couple of shots that Rochford wishes he could have back, and Smithtown East wasting no time, not letting the Redmen develop any sort of fourth quarter momentum, calling an early timeout, a really smart timeout, if that. And now for East Islip, you had a chance to talk it over as well. And at least before the 5-minute mark, you got to get this game back to a 3 or 4 goal game.
They'll have a shot clock reset out of the timeout. Trailing by 5 goals, season on the line. Winner goes to the county championship on Saturday at Stony Brook University. Be against either West Islip or Comswag. Comswag's the 2, West Islip is the 3 in Class B. 10 seconds gone by on the shot clock. East Islip keeps the ball hot. Hannigan on the right wing. Passes to Madden. Now Theodoropoulos moves inside. He whips one on, but misses. A lot of shots from East Islip have gone high today. They keep possession.
Theodoropoulos had an open lane. Could have probably taken a few more steps in, elected for a far shot out, and just completely airmailed that one.
He's got it here, moves into the middle, and misfires once more. Yet again, East Islip keeps possession. 27 to shoot, 8:51 on the game clock.
Looks like this is exactly what East Islip has drawn up, though. They've had a couple of open looks now, back-to-back. Just about putting it on net and making Stein make a save.
Theodoropoulos moves right. He's double-teamed to X. Hannigan to the top. Madden rifles and scores! Hat trick for Owen Madden. 3 straight goals for East Islip. They're back within 4.
Well, Owen Madden picked up a hat trick back on April 30th as well in a big overtime win. And if East Islip wants to try and claw back in this game goal by goal, we mentioned him at the beginning of the fourth quarter. It needs to go through guys like Owen Madden, Sean Hannigan, AJ Arardi.
11-7 the score. Face-off is won by East Islip as Bouchier taps it back to Burnett. So East Islip with 3 straight goals and some momentum. Burnett loses control, and Smithtown East goes the other way. Troy Rest once again. Wide open is James on the doorstep, and he sneaks it through. It all starts with the defensive efforts of Troy Rest, and Cameron James wide open right in front of the net, and he never misses from there. Smithtown East bounces back and re-extends the lead to 5.
An incredible outlet pass, and Cameron James, I understand you're trying to push the offense. I understand you want to play up, and I know that Smithtown East caught the Redmen in a very unfortunate transition, but you cannot let a player the caliber of Cam James get behind your defense like that. It's a death sentence. And right there, Cameron James, when he's in that tight, you bet he's going to score.
And Red Hawk wins the faceoff, and it just seems like that goal deflated the East Islip bench. They had scored 3 straight. They were back within 4. They had won the faceoff, and then just the relentless pressure of the Smithtown midfield, the long stick in rest. They punched it free, and James was wide open to convert. Pass down low, a little bit too high for Cracchiola. It's a turnover. Hey, still 7:46 left to play. Nowhere close to done just yet, but it's an uphill battle for an East Islip team that sound like a broken record here, but only averages 9 goals a game. They're gonna have to push the pace, and against a smothering defense like this, it's gonna be tough.
They gotta work their lanes, their shooting lanes. That's how they got a couple of goals, 3 straight. In fact, all came through ball movement starting at X and then was able to find somebody out in front. Not to mention the few shots that whistled wide of the net. They're getting their looks in this 4th quarter. They just need to capitalize.
Theodoropoulos right in front is stopped by Stein. Stein up to the task yet again. Hughes with a ton of speed charges down the field and puts on the brakes. 7 minutes to play. I'm sure Smithtown East is going to take up most, if not all, of this shot clock. They roll it to the top of the box with Cracchiola. He actually mishandles it, but is able to track it down just before the midfield stripe.
I mean, Smithtown East right now, I understand it's only a 5-goal lead and a lot can change in a minute or two, but it feels like a 10-goal lead. It feels like East Islip needs to climb a mountain just to give themselves a chance to breathe again.
Barada across GLE. Power lobs it to Connor Bruckbauer across GLE. Finds to the top. Cracchiola steps down, goes low. It's stopped. He gets the rebound. And yet again, Rochford. An unbelievable stop.
It's saves like that that keeps the Redmen in the game. Don't let the score fool you. Rochford has had a couple of really nice stops all the way dating back in the first half as well.
Not one, but 2 opportunities from Cracchiola, and both times rejected by Rochford. 5:50 left to play. East Islip down 5 goals. Hannigan has it 20 yards away. 40 on the timer. Irardi into the middle. Gives it off to Amato. Keeps it hot. And Theodoropoulos skips to the middle. Back to Amato. He shoots, and it's deflected. Pops up into the air, and Madden initially had it. Now he picks it up in the right corner. 23 to shoot. East Islip taking a lot of time on this possession. Madden to the near side. Amato. Under 20 on the timer. Moves into the middle. Backtracks. Theodoropoulos gets a pick from Amato, looking for somewhere to shoot. Into the middle, a sidearm shot, and he buries it. He scored, but it took a lot of time. However, East Islip is back within 4.
Well, that was an impressive possession by East Islip. The Bulls really gave them nothing on this play. It was a lot of back and forth, and finally just able to find a little bit of a shooting lane was Theodoropoulos. And for a while there, Roman, I was getting worried they weren't even going to be able to get a shot off, but the Redmen finally able to find just enough of a shooting lane, and Theodoropoulos bent over on the sidelines taking a breather. He ran a country mile just to get a shot off, and luckily for him and the rest of his team, it went in.
Reddick pops the ball free, but now it's an egg hunt 20 yards away from the East Islip cage, and Bouchier comes away with it in a mass of bodies. He takes a hit from Bruckbauer, sticks with it, and gets it to Hannigan. Spins towards the middle. Hannigan splits a pair of defenders, now triple teamed, and the ball is jarred free, and the ground ball goes to Smithtown East. Hunter Hughes. He moves forward to the right wing. Bruckbauer, a shot just misses.
Sean Hannigan was just mauled by 3 Smithtown East Bulls. Had nowhere to go with it, and that's the kind of smothering defense this team has shown all season long. And that's the kind of smothering defense that has already held a team that does not score a lot of goals to just 8 today.
Smithtown East allows under 8 goals a game. You can see why. They are in no rush with 4 minutes left. 40 on the shot clock. No rush for the Bulls. Reddock at the top of the box. Passes to James. Passes to Power. They play catch. Reddock tries a swim move. It's rejected. Gets checked at by Madden. High pass. Cracchiola could not handle it initially, but then was able to pick it up. Then he tries to squeak it to James. Wasn't there, and Burnett with the ground ball. A turnover for Smithtown East. Pass forward. Weiss couldn't pick it up. It's still free all the way to the baseline, and Weiss has it for East Islip with 3:26 left.
He followed that bouncing ball all the way from the 45-yard line.
Theodoropoulos top of the box to Madden right wing. He'll let one fly. It's deflected. Looked like it was Bernhard who got a piece of it, but East Islip sticks with it. Kraft comes away with the ball. Theodoropoulos left wing. Moves into the middle. Looks for the roll. He'll laser one. It hits the top of the crossbar. Pops very high in the air. They're waiting for it to come down. It goes to the sideline. And whose ball is it? Smithtown East possession.
And you're starting to see the sense of desperation from East Islip, getting quicker shots off, and Smithtown East able to deny any opportunity.
Timeout called by Smithtown East. Looked like that was defensive coordinator Matt McFarland who called for the TO. Under 3 minutes to play, Smithtown East leads 12-8, and it's been their defense that has been the engine behind what looks like it's going to be a victory. It's been the defense that has powered them through. What have you seen on the defensive side, Giuseppe?
They have just been suffocating no matter where the ball is going for East Islip. The only form of success I feel they have had has come from behind the net, and Smithtown East has been able to close that off nicely in this fourth quarter. They've been forcing the Redmen on the outside perimeter all game long. They've gotten a few good open lanes, but most of the goals from East Islip have come on tough shots that they've just been able to get a glimmer of an area to shoot. For Smithtown East, they've done such a good job defensively. It started with Troy Rest. CJ Stein has been able to answer most of the calls that he has been tested on. And the transitional game for the Bulls as well has been incredible. East Islip has not gotten a lot of second chances off of missed shots. If they don't capitalize on their first opportunity, the Bulls waste no time getting possession back and flipping the field fast. And again, Roman, it's only a 4-goal game. It feels like a much higher ladder to climb for East Islip, but a couple of quick goals here, they're right back in it. But credit to East Islip, to Smithtown East, it has not felt like that at all throughout the majority of the second half.
And we came on air, mentioning how Smithtown East hasn't played in 2 weeks, and it looks like, other than maybe like 1 or 2 stretches, they have not been phased by the break.
Well, we mentioned in the pregame that if East Islip wanted to take control of this game, it was going to have to be early on. And they fell in a 3-0 hole early. They were able to get back with 3 goals of their own. But after that, Smithtown East had their legs moving again. And once the Bulls started to find their momentum, find the game that they played, it's been an uphill battle for the Redmen ever since.
2:45 to play in the game. 12-8 Smithtown East. Winner goes to the Class B Suffolk County Championship game this Saturday at Stony Brook University. A full 50 on the timer for Smithtown East. They are in no rush. Bulls looking to go to their first Suffolk County Championship game since 2023. And a turnover. Colin Carney picks it up. Looks for an option. Now we'll go forward. Lobs it to the other side of the field. McAdam collects. Into the middle, they clear with Dury. 2 minutes left. East Islip needs an avalanche of goals here to tie this game.
They need to move fast.
Theodoropoulos left wing. Fakes the pass, holds onto it. Now gives it off to Madden. They get Madden and Irardi onto the field. Theodoropoulos left wing, fakes the shot, moves into the middle, it's not there. Feeds Madden. 45 to shoot. Madden. It's not there. Gets rid of it to Irardi. Matched up and feeds it. Theodoropoulos steps down. Doesn't shoot. Now into the middle. Tries to feed it to Irardi. It's an errant pass. Irardi picks it up. 1:30 left in the game. 28 on the timer. Matched up with Reddock. He's done it all today. Madden. Jukes. East Islip still hasn't put a shot on goal. 15 on the timer. Irardi pressured and intercepted by Bernhardt. A defensive clinic from Smithtown East is going to seal the deal.
I mean, if there was any chance for the Redmen, they had to get a shot off, and unable to find any kind of lane to even try and throw it on net.
Smithtown East just going to play keep away. Weiss forces the turnover. Smithtown East has not been great in milking the clock. Here's a chance for East Islip. Down low, Kraft, he scores. Slipped it low. And with 36 seconds left, East Islip has their 9th goal of the game to cut the deficit to 3.
Well, it would be nothing short of a miracle if East Islip was able to even tie this game. But that possession before the goal from the Redmen, Smithtown East was suffocating as they have been all game, and the Redmen, who have struggled to find any sort of shot on net over this entirety of the 4th quarter, finally able to find something on the transition, but far too late for East Islip.
Just 36 seconds left. Reddock wins the faceoff. That should do it. He's been successful at the faceoff X today, efficient. And he's also got a pair of goals to his name. And Reddock is just going to hold it as the clock ticks down. So the 2-week wait did not matter for Smithtown East. They notched their 14th win of the season, and for the first time since 2023, they'll play for a Suffolk County crown. In the second edition of this matchup, Smithtown East reigns victorious yet again as they defeat East Islip 12-9.
Well, it was Smithtown East from the opening draw to the final buzzer. They got off to a 3-0 lead, and for a moment it looked like they were never going to look back, but credit to East Islip, they put up a fight, and it was only a 2-goal game entering the second half, but after that, Smithtown East found their groove, as you could have predicted they would have with 2 weeks rest, only a matter of time before they really started to get into a flow of things, and after that, they never looked back.
And it started with Jack Reddock, who won the opening faceoff and scored a goal, and it finished with him clinching the game with the faceoff. As you mentioned, Smithtown East, a couple times they looked unstoppable, could have ran away with this one easily. East Islip made that difficult. They fought, they battled, but unfortunately just couldn't come up with the goals they needed when it mattered most, and ultimately Smithtown East victorious by 3. So that's going to do it here from Smithtown High School East. It was a great matchup. Both teams came ready to play with their seasons on the line, and it started right off the bat with Jack Reddock winning the opening faceoff, dodging through a bunch of East Islip defenders and scoring. Owen Madden had 3 goals to keep East Islip within it, but Hunter Hughes, he had a day to remember. 3 goals for him, including that one as he beat Luke Rochford, who was tough to beat today. But in the end, Smithtown East, a little bit too much for East Islip, and the Bulls, for the first time in 3 years, will play for a Suffolk County crown. Executive producer Ben Turchin, our technical director Becca Kazaks, our camera operators Jeff Damo and Pablo Pachuchu. For Giuseppe Oliveri, I'm Roman Brunetti, saying so long from Smithtown High School East. Once again, the Bulls defeat East Islip 12-9 and go to the Suffolk County Championship game.